But you can't ignore the shift from what appeared to be a united front in the spring to elected state leaders now on very different sides of the school reopening debate. And Hoffman faces mounting pressure to speak out against some of the governor's decisions.
I support Kathy Hoffman and what she's done and what she said, but he's ignoring it.
We need someone championing and elevating our voices at the top levels of government.
Do you think there are times where you could have pushed harder or been a louder voice for our school communities?
Very fair question. I think I do believe I pushed as hard as I could in a way that didn't break down those channels of communication.
Hoffman says the state's recommended benchmarks, which currently recommend virtual learning for all counties in Arizona, are an example of that balancing act, giving districts the flexibility to stay remote if needed, rather than tie reopening to a specific date.
That date would have come and the governor would have said, okay, all schools must open. They need to have a roadmap, they need to have something to be leaning on. But I recognize that has not worked for every district.
As head of Arizona's largest teacher union, Joe Thomas says Hoffman has followed through on her promise to bridge the gap between classrooms and state government, a lifeline that must continue going forward.
If she stays connected to those voices, she will always be connected to the classrooms.
Looking ahead, Hoffman says school funding will be even more important this legislative session, specifically the governor's promise to fully fund schools at 98% of their prior year budgets, so districts don't lose money with the rise in online learners.
There were assurances made for school funding, and I'm just disappointed that those have not been completely fulfilled.
Other top priorities include improving connectivity and access to broadband, especially in rural areas, pausing the A through F school grading system, increasing teacher retention and recruitment, and getting maximum flexibility for state testing assessments in the spring to gauge where students are at without any sort of punishment. I'm Danielle Lerner, ABC 15, Arizona.